So the reason why people graft is because when a fruit tree makes a seed, it has variable genetics, just like us. So your dad has brown eyes, your mom has blue eyes, babies could have blue eyes or brown eyes. If you want blue-eyed babies, you got to take a graft. So what they do is they breed a bunch of different kinds of apples, and they find one they really like Pink Lady, and they say, okay, I want more of those. Okay, so then they cut genetic material off of that, literal pieces of that tree, and then graft it onto genetically identical rootstock, so they know exactly what they're going to get every time. And that way the culture is easier. It makes it simpler for doing it commercially. So there's a problem with that though, and the problem is when you do that, you freeze the tree in evolutionary time. Okay, so the tree can no longer evolve or change in response to changes in the environment. So if we graft 1,000 trees, all the same tree, and the pest figures out how to get past the defenses of that tree, then we have no defense against the pests. So our response to that has been to make poisons to spray on the pests. But then we're putting selection pressure on the pests by spraying them with poison. So then the pest gets stronger than our poison. They find ways around it. But the tree is still frozen in evolutionary time, right? So we have all these named varietals of trees that have been around for a couple hundred years, and they have no defenses against the pests, right? Except for us spraying them. And the spray only works for a period of time until the weeds or the bugs or whatever it is that's infecting the tree eventually wins. The only way to win this battle on the long term is through evolution, right? So you have to do the thing that isn't commercially viable, which is letting your trees just reproduce naturally. And it sucks because sometimes you plant a tree and it makes fruit that's not that great and you can't sell it. But the way we look at it is if you plant 1,000 apple trees, you get a few really good ones. The bad ones you can use to smoke bacon, right? Or you can use for grafting, if you want to test out other apple trees that you've grown. So I think if I had my druthers, you'd be doing both grafting and growing from seed on every orchard in the U.S. But if you talk to most orchard people, they'll tell you you're crazy. You can't grow things on their own roots, and you can't, grow things from seed. But we disagree, I guess.